And thanks for joining us on this Thanksgiving night. As we come on the air, we have some tragic news involving one member of the National Guard who was shot yesterday in Washington, D.C. President Donald Trump says U.S. Army Specialist Sarah Beckstrom has died. Beckstrom and Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf were shot yesterday in what officials are calling a possible act of terrorism. This comes as officials executed a search warrant at the suspect's home. ABC's Jacqueline Lee has more from Los Angeles.
Tonight, President Donald Trump announcing 20-year-old Army Specialist Sarah Beckstrom died, one of two members of the West Virginia National Guard ambushed in Washington, D.C. yesterday.
Highly respected, young, magnificent person. Started service in June of 2023. Outstanding in every way. She's just passed away. She's no longer with us. She's looking down at us right now.
24-year-old Air Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf is in critical condition. Attorney General Pam Bondi asking the public to please pray for the two, adding there will be justice. At a vigil in West Virginia, mourners gathering to pay their respects. Officials are saying this is the suspect who drove from his home in Washington state to Washington, D.C. and then opened fire on two National Guardsmen from West Virginia. The man identified as 29-year-old Ramanullah Lakanwal, an Afghan national who worked closely with U.S. Special Forces and the CIA during the war in Afghanistan. Officials say the suspect allegedly ambushed the two guardsmen outside a busy metro stop, armed with a .357 revolver. A spokesperson with the West Virginia National Guard says their orders had been set to expire November 30th, but they volunteered to stay on extended orders just days ago.
It's sad. It is. It's like a part of your family, your brothers and sisters.
The investigation is intensifying on the suspect. According to sources, he was a highly trained and trusted member of an elite Afghan counterterrorism force called Zero Units. He came to the U.S. in 2021 under a Biden-era program evacuating Afghan refugees during the withdrawal of U.S. forces and was formally granted asylum in April under the Trump administration. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And earlier today, President Trump raised the possibility of deporting the family of the man accused in that deadly ambush.
The suspect does have a wife and 5 children who live in Washington. Do you plan to deport them?
The suspect has?
The suspect?
Well, we're looking at that right now. We're looking at the whole situation with family. It's a tragic situation.
The president is also asking for 500 additional National Guard troops to be deployed to Washington, D.C. Trump is also making a case for an even more intense immigration crackdown. A Pekin, Indiana man is dead after a shooting early this morning. The Washington County Sheriff's Department responded to reports of a shooting around 1:30 this morning. There, they arrived. Officers found a man, Juan Gutierrez, shot and unresponsive. Gutierrez was transported to a hospital in Salem where he later died. After the preliminary investigation was completed, Indiana State Police detectives and investigators arrested 22-year-old Phillips James Hawkins. Hawkins is charged with 1 count of reckless homicide. Southern Indiana native and golf legend Fuzzy Zoeller has passed away at the age of 74. Zoeller hailed from New Albany, where he picked up the sport. He played collegiately at the University of Houston before turning pro in 1973. Zoeller famously won the Masters tournament on his first try. He's the last golfer to do that. This was one of his 10 wins on the PGA Tour. Fuzzy Zoeller is survived by his children and grandchildren. Well, a happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I'm Conrad. We're going to check in now with Chief Meteorologist Mallory Schnell for a look at our forecast.
It was a chilly one out there today, and that cold air will be sticking with us really through that 7-day forecast. Temperatures today only made it up to 38 degrees in Louisville. This is the first time we've had a high only in the 30s for Thanksgiving Day since 2014. We've dipped down into the upper 20s this evening and will continue to cool off, of course, as we carry on into the overnight hours. It's pretty cold all across the region. We have 20s and 30s across the Ohio Valley, down into Tennessee, up to the north near the Great Lakes region as well. And here at home, your hour-by-hour forecast through tonight. Bit of a westerly breeze between about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Temperatures will be primarily down into the 20s. We're expecting overnight lows in the low to mid 20s across much of Kentuckiana, likely feeling like the teens once we do factor in the wind chill tomorrow morning. So it's going to be a very cold start to the day on Friday, but we're expecting a lot of sunshine. I know we had kind of a mix of sun and clouds today. Most of us expecting plentiful sunshine for our Black Friday. But this is a look at our high temperatures for tomorrow. So as you can tell, we are not going to be warming things up all too much. Expect those highs in the mid to upper 30s. Our average high for this time of year is 53 degrees. So we'll be running about 15 degrees colder than average tomorrow afternoon. We stay chilly, as I mentioned, through that 7-day forecast. I'll let you know when we have the chance for some wintry mixes. That's coming up in just a bit. Conroy.
As many of us gather at home or with loved ones to celebrate Thanksgiving, some families in Louisville don't have that option. But those staying at the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Kentuckiana were treated to a free hot turkey dinner. The night team's Jose Alonso joins us now in studio to tell us more. Jose?
Conroy, these are families the charity is offering a temporary place to stay if their child is receiving medical treatment in Louisville's medical district just down the street.
Do you like Thanksgiving? Everything comes with it?
An assembly line of volunteers at the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Kentuckiana made sure families don't miss out on a traditional Thanksgiving dinner.
We just try to take whatever we can off their plate. That way they can just have a little bit of an easier day. Got a turkey, which we've done a nice little dry brine with some herbs that's going alongside just mashed potatoes, some sweet potato casserole, green bean casserole, and got everybody's favorite jellied cranberry sauce as well, various pies, whatnot. Just whatever you'd be expecting back at home.
Chef Omar Romero says they plan to serve about 40 families currently staying at the facility.
That puts us at about 126 to 130 guests.
These are families being offered temporary housing while their child receives treatment in Louisville's medical district.
It's just amazing to see that we have all different types of families from different walks of life coming through these doors and supporting each other in whatever time of need they have.
Families come from across the state or even across the nation. That's why these volunteers took the time out of their holiday to provide one for them.
Honestly, if there were any bigger picture, it's knowing that it's not just the holidays where you need to give back or we ask that you give back. It's the entire year round. Just we always have families coming in seeking treatment for their children. So it's really just full year, full calendar effort here at the house.
Remember, these families come from across the state and sometimes from across the country. All of them are receiving a helping hand right here in the Derby City, even during the holiday season. If you wish to volunteer during a holiday or any time of the year, then visit their website. That's rmhckentuckiana.org right there on your screen. Reporting live in studio with photojournalist Connie Offit, I'm Jose Alonso, WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.
Thanks, Jose. Feed the City is giving back this holiday. The nonprofit hosted a Thanksgiving meal today for anyone who is houseless. This is the 24th year that Feed Louisville has hosted this dinner. If you or someone you know needs a hot meal, Feed the City serves one every day at 1:30. And coming up next month, the nonprofit will be collecting, then distributing coats during its Buy a Coat, Warm a Heart coat drive. More than 3,000 people gathered at Waterfront Park's South Lawn for the Hungry Turkey 5K this morning. This is the 4th year that the race has partnered with the WHAS Crusade for Children, with all donations benefiting the crusade. The race went down River Road and made its way through Waterfront Park, back to the finish line at the Great Lawn. Many participants dressed in their best turkey attire for the occasion. Today's overall race winner was 18-year-old male high school student Henry Kaiser.
This is a great event. Coming out here on Thanksgiving, I think everyone wants to just make a little room for Thanksgiving food. And so many people that showed up. It's just crazy how many people are here. And I was just so glad to come out here, be with some friends, be with family the whole rest of the day. I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving.
We hope you all did too. You can help children in Kentucky and Indiana by donating to the crusade. Just visit WHAScrusade.org and click on Donate. You can also give by using any of the methods you see right there on your screen, including the QR code.
It just really gets you into that moment of Christmas.
Now that Thanksgiving is over and many of us are stuffed with turkey and pumpkin pie, homes and storefronts are decorating for Christmas. And for generations, celebrations and decorations have drawn families to downtown Louisville. Today, we're taking you back to 1992 for a little moment. That was when WHAS11's Barry Burnson showed us the return of downtown's old-fashioned holiday windows around the then Louisville Galleria, which included an elaborate holiday display. Now that festive past is part of a legacy that spurred Louisville Downtown Partnership to start a friendly competition in our modern day. The partnership is encouraging all businesses to join in on showing the holiday spirit.
We're asking our building owners and storefront business owners to decorate their storefront or their building facade in order to bring a festive energy to the street.
So if you own a downtown business or storefront and you're interested in competing in the Downtown Holiday Decorating Contest, there's still time to apply. The deadline is tomorrow, though, and displays must be up and ready by Monday, December 1st. Coming up, it's been 10 years since an accidental text message sparked a unique friendship between two people in Arizona. We'll take you to the viral story next.
And here's a check of today's Kentucky Lottery jackpots. Mega Millions, $80 million. Powerball, $719 million.
The Kentucky Lottery, funding education for over 1 million Kentucky students.